Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Butterfly Goddess Tarot, and I am here to do a love reading for the month of May for my Aquariuses. So, I do have to say that the message cannot and will not resonate with everyone. I also want to say in advance, thank you all for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ooh, some cards picked out for you guys already. Oh, 3 more. Well then, it's like your story really wants to be told. So, you know, the type of reader that I am, I read based on the cards, but I also listen to my intuition. So, you know, just looking at it overall, you know, there's a Queen of Pentacles here, and there's a Knight of Swords here, and a Page of Swords here. So, you know, I just, like I said, as I'm looking at it overall, I'm going to get into each card and what I feel like, you know, it is telling us. But overall, you know, when I look at it, I feel like this is definitely about a relationship. I feel like this may be about a third party. And the reason why I say third party is because there's a Knight of Swords here, there's a Page of Swords here, and there's a Queen of Pentacles here. So somebody is surrounding themselves with some energies that are definitely different. You know, like the Knight of Swords is someone who is a little more mature. It's not the king, but he's not the page either. You know, and the Page of Swords is here. So, you know, that tends to be the younger version of the Knight of Swords, right? Because you go from the page to the knight, and it's kind of a progression of maturing. So, and there's also the World card here. Let me just tell you what all your cards are, actually. So you have the Knight of Swords, you have the World card, you have the Page of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and you also have the Six of Swords. So you have a lot of swords here. You know, and it kind of makes me feel like somebody is, because swords represent like thought and movement, and you know, cups tend to represent emotions and your feelings and love, and pentacles tend to represent money, but it's also a little more than that. It tends to represent like earthly possessions, like physical, tangible things. But anyway, let's actually, like I said, get into your specific cards. So, you know, like I said, you have the Knight of Swords, and for you to be starting out with the Knight of Swords, and like, you know, I do want to say that even though the cards may have male or female on them, it just represents the energy. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm referring to the male in the situation or the female in the situation. You know, this just is how the energies are showing up in this specific situation. But with the Knight of Swords coming in, you know, Knight of Swords moves swift. Like, they don't waste their time. They are in there, and they are a little bit hasty, but they're smart. You know what I mean? Like, they're not new to this. Again, they're not the king, but they're definitely not the page. So they're right in the middle. They're, you know, they've had experiences, and they, you know, have lived a little bit. But with the World card, it's almost like, it's making me feel like, you know, your Knight of Swords came in super quick, and they kind of made an offering to you that allowed you to, for some of you all, I'm feeling like maybe it had to do with you seeing the world, but maybe not even seeing the world like as far as like traveling, but seeing the world in like a different way. You know, like when you meet someone and they are, you know, the way they look at things, the way they see things, their outlook on things is different than yours. You know, if you are connecting with this person, you know, and you guys are talking and, you know, we teach each other. And so maybe they have taught you like how to look at the world in a different way, how to kind of be a little more open-minded, because I think that this person, you know, with you being represented by the Queen of Pentacles, you are solid. Like, you're a queen, and so it doesn't really get any greater than you. You've had your experiences, you've had your good times and your bad times, but you know, Queen of Pentacles, she's got her like ducks in a row. And the Knight of Swords, like I said, I feel like he's getting his ducks in a row. Like, he didn't necessarily have them there yet. But as far as how this pertains to you, like I said, I feel like this person could have introduced you to new things in your life and just kind of opened up your eyes to some things that you may have not, you know, stopped and really reflected on before. But you also have the Page of Swords here. So I'm hearing two different things. For some of you all, this Knight of Swords may revert back to being a Page of Swords from time to time, meaning like, even though he's mature, like he has a tendency to like step back into that young, rambunctious phase where he's just kind of out doing things, not necessarily, and moving fast and quick, and not always thinking, you know, about the long term, like things that could arise because of these decisions that are made in such a haste. And so, you know, you do have the Nine of Swords, you have the World card, and you have the Nine of Swords here. So for some of you all, I feel like even though you were together and things worked out, you know, I did say there was a second scenario here, and I'm just going to give that to you guys really quick. I feel like I'm all over the place. The second scenario is that there is a younger energy here, represented by the Page of Swords, and they have kind of come in and become a third party. I always hate to say that, and this is an Aquarius reading, so this is, you know, I'm an Aquarius, so I tend to look for the messages, you know, and see if, you know, it resonates with me. But you have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is not quite completion of a relationship. So even though, you know, there may have been like a third party energy here, I don't see where it, you know, I don't see where there's this Knight actually let it, like, it's not as deep as you think. If you're under the impression that this was like a deep connection, I don't think it was. You know, because they're still in a position where they're offering you the Nine of Cups, which is like, hey, you know, we can be successful together, you know, but like I said, it's not the 10, so it's not completion, but you know, there is room to grow still here. And with you being the Queen of Pentacles, you know, I think that there's a part of you that is understanding when it comes to this person. Also, your heart is involved, and so, you know, we are, you know, when it comes to matters of the heart, we are able to forgive people, or we're able, you know, like when we love someone, we don't give up, and we don't just like throw them to the trash because they made one mistake. Now you keep doing certain things, yeah, that's gonna be a problem, but you know, we all have made mistakes at least, you know, once, right? And it's like, as the Queen of Pentacles, you have seen and done it all, and you've had your share of mistakes that you have made. And so, you know, I think that you're a little more open-minded, and I don't necessarily feel like, yes, I feel like things hurt you just like they hurt, you know, anybody else, but I don't necessarily, like, there's just something in you that's like, you know, you effed up and you're going to have to work, you know, to get us back to where we were, but I'm not going to give up. So, you know, you also, like I said, you have the Six of Swords here, and that's kind of like moving on together. You're still together, but you may have had some tougher times that have come along since, you know, this person has like either stepped out and involved a third party, which, like I said, I don't feel like the third party was serious, but I do feel like maybe I'm sorry, you guys have the Eight of Wands. I don't necessarily read reverses unless like it really sits in my spirit, but you know, with Eight of Wands here, I do feel like it's a quick moving energy. I feel like it is I really feel like it's a message that's going to come into you pretty quickly, you know, if you're not with this person. But I do feel like you're with this person. I don't necessarily feel like anything that has happened has actually separated you all. You know, maybe you're not physically with them every single day, but I feel like you guys, your energies are still very much tied with each other. You know, I feel like there's a message that's going to be coming in, and you know, I think that things will get better. I think that you know, that there is a future here. I just think that some things have happened that kind of, you know, took you guys back a little bit, made you take a couple steps back, but I definitely think you can get to your 10 of Cups eventually, even though this is a 9. You know, I do see, like I said, that there is room to grow. And somebody's working hard, you know. You got another 8. You've got the 8 of Pentacles, so they're willing to put in the work, you know. I think it's going to take time. But this is the reading for my Aquariuses. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.